Some cities come to mind straight away when you think of craft and design. But it's also true that untapped markets offer opportunities for entrepreneurship. We talked to 4 designers and artisans who are reclaiming neglected traditions, adding a contemporary twist and attracting a new and global market. Seen from the outside, Gelin Kaza's showroom in Chandra Road looks like any other furniture show, but it's actually the storefront for a company that makes beautiful handmade furniture. Vivian Wei's path into furniture making began as an interior design business. She noticed her customers started asking for furniture that was made locally and with care. Many of her clients had moved into the historic buildings outside the city centre and wanted to own something that would build on the architectural legacy of their neighbourhoods. Vivian's team mostly work with reclaimed wood, which fits nicely into this architectural context. It's a business model that's based on close relationships, both with customers and craftspeople. Getting the small details right is as important as the concept, and working out the right direction for each customer is a lengthy process. It begins with the drawing, but the fine details of the joinery and fittings can take months to finalise. The end result is a product that's not just beautiful, but also functional.
The attitude is changing about the quality, and even the market is changing. We want to do something about unique furnitures, not only about good designs, but also very comfortable. What kind of materials you're choosing, what kind of styles you want to match with, even for the painting you're choosing. All these elements, put them together, is like what we want to do.
Spend some time in a tailor-grade mill and you'll see how much care goes into every square meter of high-quality cloth. Textile making used to be the engine of the economy here in Yorkshire, and though the industry is smaller today, workers still clock in every morning at William Halstead's factory in Bradford. Sarah Kelly and Paul Vincent from new London brand S.E.H. Kelly are visiting to plan their upcoming season. It's a process that begins with talking to the makers and inspecting the fabrics that lie on the cutting board. Making the garments is a process of continuously learning from the cutters and mills. Instead of drawing a silhouette and finding a material that will suit it, Sarah works with pattern cutters to find ways to use the cloths she's picked. And working with menswear gives her some freedom from the ever-changing trends in women's wear.
Those are the cloths that I've always worked with. The places I've worked use those high-end cloths, so naturally I built relationships with these cloth mills. And I got to realise all the work that goes into this cloth and the handle of the cloth, and I thought I'd really like to continue working with them, but making styles I felt fitted with S.E.H. Kelly. So we have to just think about how we can use those cloths in a way so our garments don't look too formal.
The garments are cut with a simplicity of style, underlying how clothes can be both informal and beautifully made.
Winter Park, Florida was built in the 1920s as a community of holiday homes. Before that, it was largely virgin forest. The timber industry used to be the main employer here, and some of the old wood can still be found. It's now been put to innovative use by Orlando cabinet maker and entrepreneur Blair Sligger. The timber that Sligger's company, Hog Eat Hog, saves from the scrap heap is steeped in the history of the region. It's the magnolia and live oak that was used to build mansion houses and warships during the Confederacy, and it's very different from the farmed wood that is grown today. Customers approach Sligger both for custom-made furniture and for interior design. They come to him not so much for a signature style, as for his eye for the potential of materials and the spaces he builds them for. For a skilled cabinet maker, each piece of wood has different properties, and its use must be tailored to the space. Sligger has spent years studying historic woodworking traditions and said that even with the best technology, few today can even approach the complexity that cabinet makers used to achieve every day.
It interests me enough to keep delving into what can be kind of a difficult material because it's an organic material. It moves with temperature changes, humidity changes. You have to design around knowing this thing is going to expand this way or this way, depending on how the tree was cut. And it's fascinating the choices that you're constantly having to make. If I'm trying to bring a board from 2 inches down to 1.5 inches, each 1/8 of an inch is a little bit different. Those decisions are really interesting to me. And I try to, create furniture that has a high degree of quality and, interesting visual appeal.
Czech glassmaking has a long and complex history, and the skills are still alive outside the country's biggest urban centers. Centuries-old caves for collecting sand can still be seen under the Silesian mountains, and the Liberec region is full of workshops where beautiful glass is still made by hand. Ayeta was founded in 1989 when glassmaster Peter Novotny wanted to create a workshop that suited his specialty, small projects requiring a high degree of craftsmanship.
We make the more complicated pieces. Our company, Ayeta, from the beginning focused for special glasswork, small series. Another companies, they have to invest in the new technology, machines. We make glass the same like 200 years ago. We have to invest in these people. My job is to have a best quality of glass and best glass makers.
Quality is the selling point, and each day is different depending on who the client is. There are 4 teams, and each glassmaster has his own specialty. All steps in the production process are carried out by hand, and the tools of the trade are tweezers, blowing pipes, and tongs. The focus on quality is helping the company thrive at a time when others in the region are struggling.